that Oz Comic Con is over and I have actually finished my boa outfit. This is the full tutorial on how I made my costume, and there will be a separate one for the wig as well. Time to make the boa costume, let's go! Alright, starting with the skirt. So I did start with a more like satin material like this one for the skirt and the top, but the material was just way too difficult to sew and use for pattern, and it does create like little pills in it every time you use like pins and stuff, so it just was not looking like what I wanted it to look like at all. So I scratched that and we went to Spotlight because Spotlight is a savior, and I picked up this kind of material which is so nice, it's really beautiful, and got a bunch more material and made the skirt. Now I used a couple of different tutorials on YouTube to make the skirt design, but essentially I kind of like created some panels and then I sewed them all together until I got to the size and everything that I was personally happy with, which took a little bit of experimenting, so there's not a lot of footage, if any, of that because it was a lot and I nearly gave up a few times, but here we are with a gorgeous skirt. So I did leave it separated, so it's all bound by the elastic, which keeps it all together, but it does have like a full split, which is covered by the sash when you put that on, and I will be actually connecting it to the skirt just so I don't have to play around with it all day, messing around as it moves as I move. So that is a little addition that I'm going to add to the skirt. I'm going to actually just attach the sash. But yes, that is essentially, you can see sort of like a couple of seam lines on here, but the main detailing I used puffy pens for, which I will show you the exact, pens, like branding and stuff. I also got them from Spotlight too, but I used those and just created all of the patterning that is on her skirt. Here you can see a little behind the scenes of the process of just fit checking and making sure everything was fine with my boa skirt. Now when it comes to the step of adding in the designs, I used chalk to map out the different layout of like her patterns that are on her skirt, just to make sure that everything was in the right position and just to make it easier to trace over the top with the puffy pens. And this is what the puffy paint looks like as it's drying. It's really cute. This whole process did take at least a week just because of the drying times and waiting for it so that I could move to the next section, but I think it turned out pretty cool. Onto the top. Now Boa's top took a lot more detailing than her skirt. The skirt was just a lot more time consuming because I had to wait for each part to dry before I could move on to the next section. So this is the boa top that I made. I did use a pattern for this one, which I will show you the pattern that I used to get the top, and then I just tweaked it a little bit so that it worked for what Boa's jacket top sort of looks like. And yeah, that took minimal tweaking to use, and I did the same for sleeves because I really struggle with sleeves for some reason. I don't know, they're a pain. And I'm still working on how to give myself more armpit movement, I guess is the word, because I can never go past here kind of thing without it taking the material with it. So we live and learn. But yeah, I didn't get to do much of the tutorial part on this just because I was on a time crunch when I was doing this part, but I did just hot glue these little bits on there. You can kind of see they're just layered on here like this, and that gives the effect of her little flowy wrist bit. So that is all I did for the sleeve there. And then for the detailing around her jacket, I used that same hot pink that I used for the waistband. And I just drew some markers, I just drew some of the little symbols that I could see from pictures of that, and then I literally just glued like this fluffy, I don't know what this is, feathery stuff, I don't know. I just glued that to the edges as well. And then for the little detailing as well, because it's all about the details, we've got this little button thing. I don't really know what it is, to be honest. It's just decor on this outfit, but I used the puffy pens again and got sort of that raised effect, as you can see there. And then I painted it in gold and added some like washed out black just to add some wear and tear and textures and shadowing, and I think it turned out so cute. Ah! And then for, whoa, here we go, what's going on here? There we are, right way around. And then for her waistband, you'll be able to see in the tutorial what I did to sew this one, but I've just sewn it to the outfit and then left this extra strip which has been Velcroed. I've sewn the other, I'll get there eventually. I've sewn this Velcro to the top so that it doesn't pull away. This one, however, I did not sew because I didn't want an extra seam line, but it's probably gonna have an extra seam line at this point just because by the end of the day, the Velcro moved from, it's supposed to be on that line there. It sort of moved a little bit and was peeking out of my costume, which I wasn't too impressed with, so, but that was all that happened. That was the only outfit malfunction pretty much of the day, which was amazing. So I'm just gonna tweak this little bit of Velcro, add a little bit more stability to it, and voila. So as you can see here, I've just attached the fluffy material with some clips just to make sure everything was positioned correctly and the way I wanted it before going ahead and hot gluing that down to the material. Due to the con crunch, I did not get to film any of the making of the snake earrings for you, but these are some close-up details of what they turned out like. I just used some foam clay to make them. If you haven't used foam clay before, you definitely should try it. It's great. And then I just pushed into it the little jewelry kit of like making an earrings, and that just clung to that so it's all stuck together. Painted it and then used some black to just add some definitions and textures and wear and tear as well to the earrings. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful in your cosplay creative journeys, and that you could take something away from this or share in the comments other ideas that you have, because I'm always here to learn more. And yes, don't forget to like and subscribe if you've got this far and you want to see more videos from me. I will catch you all next time. Bye! Hi!